Hey, what's up, world, and welcome to episode 101 of the Take One podcast. I am your host, August C. Jones here, and so I had this thing where I was going to do the podcast earlier this week, and that's what my plans were. But certain things happened to where I couldn't complete the podcast. I had everything recorded, and I was going to do everything, and today comes. And now I had to throw all my plans out the window with putting out, of course, my podcast and everything I was talking about it, because what dropped today? Avengers Endgame trailer dropped today. Now we knew prior to this what day it was gonna drop. First it was gonna drop on Wednesday, but when George Bush Sr. died, they moved it to today, so we all was expecting it and everything else. And so with the other stuff that I had recorded for the podcast, some of the stuff I might put it in some quick takes. That way I can go ahead and get my thoughts out or whatever, because it was actually a pretty good show going on. So I wanted to get those thoughts out since those are getting a little bit old. So basically that was my whole thing. But in any case, let's go ahead and jump right into trailer reviews and talk about this new Avengers trailer. So I bet you can probably hear it in my voice that, I don't really sound too excited. And from what I remember is that when the Infinity War trailer dropped, I was super excited and everything else. But this one, it was like, I guess you could say I was underwhelmed. So some of the things that I had talked about in the podcast that will not be released, giving my thoughts on the upcoming Avengers trailer and the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, was that basically with the Avengers trailer, with us having to wait this long, I feel like it's an obligation to where it's like, not to give us a trailer, because they don't need to give us a trailer, but to have it to where like everything has to be good. They don't have to give us an all action-packed, all-out trailer, but at least give us something to where it's like we can be like, oh my gosh, and lose our minds. And then the trailer, and then like the title to it, let it be something that we didn't guess, and let it be something to where it's like, oh my gosh, and all that. And we got this trailer, which on it says official trailer, but to me it's the official teaser trailer, because that's exactly what it was. It was a teaser. Now, mind you, they're still in post-production. They're still adding visual effects and stuff like that. And with a movie of this scale, that, the visual effects are they're going to take a while or whatnot. So, we got like a good little minute to wait. Plus, the movie comes out in April. So, we have a good little time to wait or whatnot. So, as I'm doing the podcast, I literally did not notice it before. I just had to go back and like re-record. Well, I had to stop recording and go back because I had said something. I'm like, the movie comes out in April. And I'm like, hold on, that don't sound right. So I had to go back because I remember seeing it on Twitter. And I'm like, come on, no, this movie come out in May, the first week of May. They changed it again. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Like, I looked at the poster. The poster looks cool as hell. Looks cool as all hell. They should have released the poster earlier this week. Well, you know what, it says Endgame. So, I mean, we'll get into that. But, yeah, they pushed it up a week earlier again next year. So, I guess, that's something to be excited about. It's a whole week earlier or whatnot. But I just noticed that, like, that's crazy. Like, I looked at it and I just did not even, like, pay attention to it. And now that I had said it, I'm like, I'm on April. Nah. But in any case, let me get back to my thoughts. So, basically, the trailer was good. It was just okay. Put it like that. It was just okay. It was a teaser trailer. It doesn't really give us anything. It doesn't give us what is actually going to happen. It doesn't give us like what other surprises up in there. Of course, we don't want to, see the big surprises up in there, but I mean, because there was rumors about a new villain being introduced in this movie and all that stuff. So we don't really know exactly what this movie is all about, because we know that it kind of deals in time travel due to like the set photos and everything else. But it's like, what all is this movie involving? And so that's why I say it's a teaser trailer, because it only gives us a little snippet of what to expect. Now, going just with the trailer, and I'm gonna get into the trailer or whatnot, but I feel like with Marvel and Disney, I felt like they were obligation not to give us a trailer, but to basically give us something good, and I feel like they gave us something to tide us over until, they can give us a full trailer. Like I said a little bit earlier, they're not done with the visual effects and everything else, the CG, everything that's going up in this movie. So as far as giving us something major, they have to look at, like, they don't want to give us any surprises. And then on top of that, are the shots that are really good, are they finished enough for us to, put out? And, because a lot of times when they put out trailers, certain scenes look different than they do up in the movies. That because they're still adding more to it, changing things up, the coloring or whatever it may be, for a person, a creature, or just a landscape or whatever it is. They're changing it. So if you look back when you actually see a movie as opposed to the trailer or whatnot, you will see a difference in color, maybe size, or whatever it may be. There's a difference because they're still working on it, changing it, seeing what works best for the actual film. So they're probably going through that, more than likely. So they probably don't have too much to give us as far as showing more, as far as action scenes and stuff like that. But yeah, it was like, for us to wait this long. Now, the trailer I can't really fault, because, like I said, it's a teaser. But if they hadn't made us wait this long, I feel like this trailer would have had a better impact. It was a good trailer. Like, I enjoyed it. I watched it several times before even doing this. So I enjoyed it. I mean, just the little bit of stuff that we can get from this movie, I'm going to watch and I'm going to like or whatever. But I'm not going to love. I've seen people on Twitter talking about, like, oh, this is heartbreaking, all this and that. It's like, yeah, it was a lot to like about the trailer, but it was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't anything. I saw this post, this tweet that somebody said that they're still shaking from it. It's like, it's not really that, not that big, I could see the Avengers Infinity trailer when that dropped, okay, yeah. But this one, it was like, you can watch and then go back to sleep. It was one of those type of trailers. And then making us wait that long for the title. It was like, really, Endgame? It's not the title I would have chose, but I guess I ain't gonna say I guess it goes with what the movie's about. We're gonna have to see it. Just to, it's like, we already knew. We seen Avengers Infinity War, so we kind of know where this is going. They're trying to undo everything that they did before. What happened with the snap and all that. And Endgame is the first title that we guessed. Tony Stark said in the Age of Ultron. The Doctor Strange said it in Infinity War. This is the Endgame. Literally, those words, this is the end game. Oh, no, Doctor Strange said we're in the end game now, or something like that. But in any case, it was like, it was a title that we all knew. And then we guessed maybe Eternity, like Avengers Eternity War, Ultimate Avengers, Avengers Annihilation, and stuff like that. And Endgame was just, it seemed like a title to hold us over. Well, no, it seemed like a title that you would come up with for a movie or just something that, because you can't think of anything else You was like, okay, this is the placeholder title until we come up with something so great that no one has thought about. And when you can't think of anything better than that, all the other titles is just subpar. It's like, no, it doesn't fit. Endgame is the only one that fits, but it's not the first. It's not the best choice. It's the first choice because you don't have anything, because of all the other titles that you get, and you don't have anything better. But it's like, you feel like you could get something better, but you just cannot find the right title. So you just like, you know what, it's getting long enough. Let's just go with this. That's what it seemed like. It really does. And I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer. I don't want to be like a person that just downs it and be like, oh, you hated the title and blah, blah, blah. You just nitpicking. It's like, no. The title isn't that great. It's a title that they could have gave us at the end of Avengers Infinity War. Why couldn't they give us something? I know they hadn't. I think maybe they didn't really have too much, or they hadn't started shooting a lot of it after Avengers Infinity War. But they could have at least gave us like something at the end, like some darkness, and then the title comes at us, and then just how the title sequence happens at the end of this trailer. It could have happened at the they could have gave us that at the end of Avengers Infinity War. I don't know. I feel like I was underwhelmed by the title. But let's get on here and get into the trailer. So the trailer, I said it was okay. I liked it. It was okay. We got Tony Stark out there in space, that he's on his way back home, but he feels as if he won't get back in time, that he will die before it maybe reaches Earth. And I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, he was with Nebula, and Nebula knows how to navigate the stars, more than likely. So it's like, I don't know, like, I feel like, I guess it's the time that's taking it to get from Titan to Earth, but I felt like if it took a couple days, it's like, I don't think the events in Infinity War took a few days. He said, like, he ran out of food and water, like a few days ago or something like that, and he's still on his way out there. And I don't know, like maybe something happened along the way. The navigation's messed up, and so it got him stuck out in space. But it was like the trip to Titan seemed like it didn't take that long. Now the trip back, I don't know, maybe it was like a different time gap. Well, no. Because of the whole, no, I don't know. Maybe it makes sense in the movie. Maybe it makes sense. But it seemed like it's taking him a little bit longer to get back than it did getting there. So, I don't know. Maybe, I guess the ship was in working condition then. I don't know. But, yeah, so we got Tony Stark in space. And the thing is that when I'm looking at this, I hope that it's not one of those cases where Tony Stark is in space, floating through the majority of the movie, he get to Earth at the last battle. I just hope that it's not one of those scenarios, because I will be pissed. Like, if you've seen, Transformers The Last Night, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's exactly, like, I just hope that they don't do that. But then, they got Ronin. As, like, we've been told before, that Hawkeye has took over a new mantle and called him Ronin. I don't know if they're going to call him Ronin up in this movie. It probably could just be Barton or whatever. Because I don't even think they threw out the word Hawkeye or whatever up in the other Avengers movies. So, maybe they throw out the word Ronin, but they don't call him that and all that stuff. I mean, because Ronin, what is it? I think, what does that mean? It was meaning something like a warrior without a master or something like that. So maybe they don't call him Ronin, maybe just call him Barton or whatever, or Clint, whatever, and just go about his way. But I could say that was one of the best things about the trailer, besides the Iron Man and how, like, the whole visual look of him in the ship. The next thing that just really threw me over the edge was, like, Ronin. That actually, like, literally, as I'm watching it, when it showed him from the back and he's wiping his sword or whatever on his sleeve, At first, I didn't realize it, and then I thought about it. I'm like, and my mouth dropped. I'm like, that's Hawkeye. And he turns around, and then I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. That was like one of the best scenes of the trailer so far. One of the best scenes. And then also we got Shuri. We didn't know up in the Avengers Infinity War. We didn't know. We knew the scale of the dusting. That sounded like a what is it, like a straight to DVD, straight to stream movie, The Dusting. I don't know, that sounded like a parody video or something. But we didn't know. We knew the full extent of the dusting, but we didn't know the full extent as to who all else got dusted that we didn't see in Avengers Infinity War. And Shuri was on the list. We got Bruce Banner looking at these like hologram monitor things where you got Scott Lang on there where they believe that he's dead, and then you see Peter Parker face show up in there, and then his face go away, and then Shuri's face pop up. So it's like, damn, Shuri got dusted. So who else got dusted? We know what's the guy's name? From Black Panther that helped Black Panther, who saved him. Dang, I can't even think the name. But anyway, we don't know if he got dusted. We don't know if Pepper got dusted. We don't know if Aunt May got dusted. We don't know who else got dusted, but we do know that it's confirmation in this trailer that Shuri got dusted. And it's like, man, but you know what? I don't know. It's a lot of stuff missing. A lot of people missing from this trailer. We don't have a Koye up in here. We don't know. We know she didn't get dusted. But she's not up in there. We don't know what the state of Wakanda is, or if it's going to play a major role in this movie again, or anybody from Wakanda. So we don't know that. We didn't see Rocket Raccoon up in here. We seen Nebula. But yeah, Rocket wasn't visible. Maybe he was. Maybe I just didn't look close enough. Maybe he was in the back or something like that. But yeah, he wasn't up in there. We got Thor up in there looking just like defeated. And basically, yeah, we just got everybody. We got Captain America and Black Widow talking everything over. And toward the end of the trailer, it says that like this is going to work. Well, Black Widow says to him, this is going to work. So more than likely, they're coming up with the plan. Maybe because like we got Scott Lang at the end, who ends up finding out that he got out the quantum realm somehow, some way. And he finds the Avengers and wants to know what the hell is going on, more than likely. I love how he just like, hey, you guys, it's me, it's Ant-Man. You know me. Yeah. Can you buzz me in? I love that. I love it. I guess they want to throw a little bit of comedy out of, the gloom and doom, but more than likely after they come up with a plan to do the whole quantum realm thing or whatever, or, whatever their plan is that's what the Black Widow and Captain America is talking about the whole thing. This is going to work. I hope it does, because if it doesn't, we don't have anything else, So it's like, I don't know, like it has a lot to it. Like this trailer, when you break it down. It has a lot to it, but it was kind of like, yeah, they could have gave us this way sooner. As well as you got Farmer Thanos. It doesn't show too much of him, but it does show him up in there. It shows his armor that is up on like on a stick or whatever, and basically he puts it up like he's done. He has no more fighting to do. And then he's still walking around with the Infinity Gauntlet on his arm or whatnot, on his hand or whatnot, walking through a field. And that's basically all you see is just him walking through a field. And you see the messed up and damaged Infinity Gauntlet. And the first thing that got me thinking in my mind is like, you didn't want to take it off? I mean, maybe it, like when it got damaged, is like on his skin. So it would have to be like, moved, and it had to be taken off in a certain type of way. But it was like, you can go ahead and take that off. You made your snap. I don't think, even if it does work again, I don't think you want to make that snap again, because you ain't gonna have an arm. You probably won't have half of your body. So, but in any case, yeah, you got Farmer Thanos working, and yeah. And one thing I didn't notice that was up in the trailer that when I had looked through the what is it the tweets, Captain America shaved. We don't have the nomad look of Captain America with the beard and everything else. The beard is weird, you know. We have a clean shaven Captain America, and what's crazy, I did not even notice it until I saw the tweet. I'm like, you know what? He is shaving. Like, what the hell? You know, you think that something like that would just poke out, you know, of just as soon as you see him, it's like last time I remember him, he had this whole thing going on in his face, and now it's gone. You know, so I mean, because it was such a new look, you know. So I don't know, but in any case, yeah, I mean, this trailer, it was okay. Like I said, it's a lot to like about it, but I think because Marvel just kind of shot themselves in the foot with it about the whole like, okay, we're gonna make you guys wait for the title and for this and this and that. It was like this, like like me and my brother had talked about. This is something that they could have gave us, you know, Black Friday. This is something they could have gave us on Thanksgiving. This is something they could have gave us a month or so back. You know, the title is something that they could have gave us at the end of Avengers Infinity War. If not directly after the day, maybe like a week later. Could have gave us Avengers Endgame coming out next year, blah, blah, blah. And we would have been excited. I think that probably would have that would have been the better thing to do for, you know, for everything. That would have been better. But since they didn't do it, it was like, man, so I think that's where more of the disappointment come from, and just making us wait. It's kind of like just like we got something good, you know, or not even like that. It's like I guess you could say it's unspoken because they didn't come out and say like y'all gonna love the trailer. The trailer's gonna like they wasn't doing all that. It was just like by making us wait and not giving us the title and stuff like that. You're basically saying that, and it's like I don't know. It was just underwhelming, I guess you could say. I like it, but it was underwhelming. I thought they was gonna give us a lot more, especially with making us wait, but obviously not. Obviously, you know, they just really didn't have too much to get to us, and I think this was just kind of like, okay, well, y'all keep begging us, like, God damn it, here you go, your candy. You know, it just seemed like one of them. But with the holding of the title, I just think like they could have did that. It's kind of like if you guys watch wrestling, it's like Brock Lesnar. He's holding the title for so long, and after a while, it's like, okay, we just want the title. We just want him to drop the title, and that literally is the correct framing for it. Like, you held the title for so long. Just drop it already. Just give just give away the title. Like why are you holding it for so long, and then now you drop it and you give it to somebody that's like Jinder Mahal, you know, something like that. If you watch wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you drop it to Jinder Mahal. It's like, are you really? Or not drop it to Roman Reigns. Because that's how it went this year. It was like he had the title for so long, and he finally dropped it. And he dropped it to Roman Reigns. It's like Roman Reigns is cool, but we kind of knew. Matter of fact, that is the greatest analogy. That is the greatest comparison. Oh my God, that's the greatest comparison. If you watch wrestling, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Brock Lesnar held the title for so long, the Universal title for so long. And when he finally dropped it, we knew, we knew who was going to get the title. So we finally dropped the title. It was to someone that we already knew that was going to get the title. And it was just kind of underwhelming. Like, that is perfect. That is perfect. That is a perfect comparison. But in any case, that's basically how we feel. If you're a wrestling fan, you know exactly what that means. You know exactly what that means. and it goes perfect with it. But I don't know. Yeah, this trailer. Hopefully, the next trailer is one for the ages. One that's gonna have us be like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But it was okay. You know, hopefully the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is better. Hopefully. But in any case. But since we talked about that a lot, or I talked about that a lot, let's go ahead and jump into the box office segment. I'm still going to do it for this one since I got a little bit of time. That took up majority of the time. But basically how, I do the box office segments and whatever is like I give y'all last week's predictions. And then give y'all what took over the weekend, last weekend, or this past weekend, or whatever, what's coming out this week, and then my predictions for this coming weekend. So basically, my whole predictions was that Wreck-It Ralph was going to come in at number 1. Well, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Creed 2 was going to come in at number 2. Grinch was going to come in at number 3. The Possession of Hannah Grace, number 4. And Fantastic Beasts 2 was going to come in at number 5. I was wrong. Just by a tad bit. Because Wreck-It Ralph did come in at number 1 over the weekend, taking in $25.5 million domestically, did $111 million, and worldwide $207 million. And number 2, The Grinch, which was surprising, and I'm going to get to that. The Grinch took the number 2 spot over the weekend with $17.9 million domestically, $203.7 million, and worldwide $268.5 million. Creed took the number 3 spot over the weekend, $16.6 million domestically, $80.9 million, and worldwide $92.6 million. Fantastic Beasts 2 came over the weekend with $11.3 million domestically, $134.5 million, and worldwide $521.4 million. And taking off and rounding out the top 5 is Bohemian Rhapsody with over the weekend $8 million domestically, $164.3 million, and worldwide $540 million. Hannah Grace did not make it in the top 5, but it did make it in the top. It did make it in the number 7 spot. Taken in over the weekend was $6.4 million, and that is on a $9.5 million budget. So what stands out to me in the weekend? 2 things. I knew that it was relatively going to stay the same, the box office, but to have Creed make less than the Grinch. I mean, it's not by too much. But Creed 2 was above the Grinch, and Creed 2 is just dropping. Like, I don't know, like all the movies in the top 5. Looking at all the movies in the top 5, only I say one of them I really, really enjoyed, and that was Bohemian Rhapsody. All the other ones was like, I ain't gonna say subpar, they were okay. Creed 2, I enjoyed out of most of them, but that one is just, it seemed like it's not really doing that good. I mean, it is doing decent or whatever, but as far as just the staying power, like, you would think that it would stay above the Grinch, and it didn't. It went below. Like, that really stands out to me. And I don't even think that, like, the Grinch, maybe it did. Maybe the Grinch had a spike. A little bit of a spike because it's getting toward Christmas, and if you haven't took your kids to go see it, you probably want to take them to go see it because, Christmas time, Christmas movie. Maybe that's part of the reason, or maybe just a lot of people wasn't, giving a lot of praise to Creed 2. So, I mean, I don't know, like, that really just stands out to me because it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't as good as the first one. But it was like, it was still a great movie. Like, I really enjoyed it. I really did. And to see that it's not, doing that well, I don't know. But, like, just looking at it right now. So, I'm looking up the first Creed. Basically, it rounded off with, in North America, did $109.8 million. In other in other territories, 63.8 million, and worldwide had a total of 173.6 million, and the budget was 35 million. And this one so far is close to the budget, but it's doing significantly low. I don't think that it's going to reach the first domestic Creed's box office, but it's kind of sad to say. And I guess like what a lot of people were saying was reigning true, that you could feel the absence of Ryan Coogler. More than likely, Creed 3 is going to get probably created. If it does, Ryan Coogler, they're going to more than likely try and get him back. I mean, there's no doubts about it. They're going to try to get Ryan Coogler back to get to get people back on board with the Creed franchise. And I think that's putting a lot of pressure on him, only because it's like he did good with that, and like with the movie so far, like a lot of people have been loving it with Fruitvale Station. I haven't seen that yet. I do need to check that out. Black Panther, Creed, and stuff like that. Like, people have really been loving his movies and loving what he's doing. So to get him back on board, they get people back on board. But yeah, like I said, it will be a big, like, it will be pressure, because people want him to outdo, I ain't gonna say not outdo Creed 2, but outdo Creed 1 to make part 3 better. And I think that's a lot of pressure, but I think he can do it. But I don't know, like, I feel like it wasn't that Ryan Coogler just helmed it. I think it was just this Creed 2 was just more of like formulaic. You knew what was going to happen. Looking at the trailer, you know how the movie is going to go. You know how the movie is going to go. And it went how you would guess that it was going to go. That was the biggest flaw of this movie. Everything else, for me, it worked good. The fights were good. The chemistry between the characters were good and stuff like that. And the emotional parts was good. The dramatic parts was good. And it had a lot going for it than against it. It was just that big, it was, you knew what was gonna happen. That's what the biggest flaw of it was. That's what the biggest flaw of it was. But I mean, to see that it's doing like kind of like this bad, I ain't gonna say it's doing too bad, but it's not doing what I think that they would expected it to do. And I'm looking up so the box office, the budget for Creed 2 was $50 million. So it went up, a little bit as compared to the first movie. And to know that it really didn't make too much as far as like the box office or the domestic, at least right now, like I said, it's not gonna have a crazy spike. Domestically it's doing 80 million, a little bit over 80 million. And so it's like it's not gonna have a major spike. It's not gonna next weekend. It's not gonna hit 100 million. More than likely, it's gonna be like 85 million or something. Domestically, but I don't think it hitting like too much. I don't think it's gonna be in the double digits next weekend. This weekend, by the end of this weekend, I don't think it's gonna hit the double digits. I'd be surprised if it's like 10 million or something like that, but I don't think it really is. So, I mean, I guess that's what's saddening. Bohemian Rhapsody wants to continue staying up in the top 5, and with no major movies coming out this week, I mean, it was like, last weekend, even this weekend, I think it's still going to stay up in the top 5. Like, literally, I could tell you guys right now what my predictions are, what the box office is at this very moment, because nothing really major is coming out. And that, before we get into that, Hannah Grace, basically, I thought was gonna be at least number 4 in the top 5, and it didn't even touch it. It was a movie away from it, and I seen the movie, and I'm like, yeah, I could see why. It wasn't a good movie. It wasn't. It was a money saver. That's the type of movie it was. It was a real big money saver. It wasn't a money spender. It was a money saver. Because you could save your money and spend it on something else. better than this, something that you would enjoy better. But I don't know. But yeah, coming out this week, to get into that, the only movie that's coming out this week that's of note is this movie called Mary Queen of Scots, which is a kind of like an independent film. It's not a movie. Well, I ain't gonna say independent film, but I guess you could call it that. But it's a movie that's not well known to like everybody because it came out this week, but it's not showing at a theater near me. So it's like it's a movie that I do want to see, as well as The Favorite. I do want to see both of those films, but they're not playing around theaters near me. Like they're playing at theaters like downtown Chicago, where you got to pay for parking and stuff. So it's like, yeah. But like I said, the weekend box office is literally the same exact movies that are at the box office right now in the top 5, unless Mary Queen of Scots end up just coming in number 5, then that's something new. But I don't think it's gonna happen because, like I said, it's not even playing at theaters near me. And I don't think really too many, unless you like a movie person. I don't think you know anything about the movie at all, or if you're not into movies like this, you just wouldn't care. So yeah, the box office is going to stay the same. Wreck-It Ralph 2 at number 1. Grinch is number 2. Number 3, Creed 2. Number 4, Fantastic Beasts 2. And number 5, Bohemian Rhapsody. Unless Creed drops a little bit more and Fantastic Beasts end up doing more than it, I'll say that will probably be the only change. But other than that, that has been this episode of the Take One Podcast, episode 101. This is actually a pretty long one. Didn't think it was going to be that long. I thought it was going to be, within the 30-minute frame, but made good time, whatever. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do everything that I had recorded for this podcast. Like I said, I probably might put them in quick takes or whatever, but I know I'm going to put them out and just do it because I still need to talk about the Captain Marvel trailer, so I probably might end up doing that on the quick take, but yeah, so until next time, thank you for listening, and I will catch you guys on the next. Hey, before you guys leave, make sure you hit that like button as well as that subscribe button, and you see that little bell, make sure you hit that to turn on your notifications. That way you'll be notified for anything that appears on my channel. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace out.